Hey guys, as a lot of you know, I did 75 hard the whole summer and I ended on August 1st. I completed everything, like there wasn't a day that I didn't do everything that needed to be done. But I just got done reading the book on mental toughness, and it said that your workouts need to be 3 hours apart. And that was something that I don't remember hearing in the podcast when I listened to it. And so my brain was just like, shit. Yes, I did everything, but I didn't follow the rule of workouts need to be 3 hours apart. I did know that they needed to be separate, like you couldn't add them together. I knew that, but there was a lot of times where I would run for 45 minutes, I would come home, grab my puppy, and then I would go on a weighted walk where I put ankle weights on or a vest on and walked. But they weren't 3 hours apart. So the reason I'm getting into this is because I was wanting to do phase 1, but I had just finished reading the book, and it also goes over all the rules for 75 Hard and the Live Hard program in here, which I'm glad it did. But I wanted to say that in my brain, now knowing that you have to do workouts 3 hours apart, I feel like technically and literally I did fail 75 Hard, and so today's my first day of 75 Hard, round 2. And I wanted to come on here and document it and say that just because I failed, kind of unknowingly, I still learned a lot. I still did majority of the stuff because, again, I didn't know any better, and so I thought I did 75 Hard, and I understand why now. I understand now why workouts need to be 3 hours apart. This is for your time management. It's not just a physique thing. It is building your mental toughness and finding the time to do those workouts separately. During the summer, I worked doubles, so I would go ahead and hammer out those workouts in the morning, get them over with, so that when I got home at 1 a.m., I could go to bed just to open again in the morning for work. And so I was definitely making it cater to me. And again, if I would have done the workouts 3 hours apart, I don't think I would have been able to do 75 Hard just because of how many doubles I worked. And I would have had a really bad lack of sleep, and it would have been dangerous to be on the road. That being said, I'm not trying to make excuses, and that is why I'm deciding to do it again the right way, knowing all the rules going into it. On top of that, I read in the book more about the power list, and that's not something that I was taking into account by myself. Yes, you're doing it by doing all the tasks that are already set for you. You're technically doing the power list, but I wasn't being intentional about it, and I was like, I don't like that. And I went in for phase 1, because I started phase 1 not reading, I hadn't read the book yet, and then the book came in. It said the rules were you have to have 8 critical tasks, and I was like, 8? And it was saying you had to add 3 on to whatever list you had before. And again, having a power list isn't in the rules for the first initial phase, which is the 75 days. I feel like it's definitely encouraged, and I didn't do that either, and I want to hold myself to a higher expectation. So I'm gonna go over everything I have planned out. Okay, so number 1, I have a macro diet. Right now I'm doing the 8-week challenge with First Form in the First Form app. And so I am tracking my macros and hitting my macros. And it includes no alcohol, no junk food. There's no wavering on that. There's no making the junk food cater to your macro count. There's none of that. I'm also drinking a gallon of water. I do a half a gallon, so 2 of these. Don't tell my sister I'm using this. I'm taking a photo. I'm doing 2 45-minute workouts, running, weighted walks, and then I really want to learn Pilates. So I'm also gonna start incorporating that, and that's gonna be my excuse to go to a gym and maybe actually start conversations with people so that I'm not, because running I do alone and walks I do alone and I listen to my podcast. So I really need to get to the gym and socialize. Next, I'm reading 10 pages a day. And right now, the book I'm reading, I just got done with this one. Loved it. Everybody should read this book. It's the book on mental toughness by Andy Frisella. But the book I'm reading for 75 Hard to start out with is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've had this book for over a year now. I bought it back in college when I was doing my internship, 12 credit hours, and working 2 other jobs with laundry and serving. And so there's not really any time to read. And so now I am locking down, reading and taking notes on it. On top of that, I am obviously doing the Power List, which also incorporates some of the things that you have to do for 75 Hard, but also caters to my personal goals. And so I want to get used to doing the 2 45-minute workouts a day. I need to get used to doing that again. I need to drink a gallon of water. I have not been doing that. And so that's on my power list. I need to track my food better. And then I want to do research on modeling agencies and ones that I want to apply for. And then my last one is to post on social media. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and explain why I think I technically failed 75 Hard. And again, I definitely did. I did everything, but I didn't do it in the right way technically. So I'm doing it again so that I can go through the whole Live Hard program. I still believe I learned a crap ton doing, or at least thinking I was doing 75 Hard over the summer. And so I just wanted to be honest with myself and honest with everybody who was seeing me do 75 Hard, that I didn't manage time correctly. I didn't know one rule, and that means that I failed. And so we're going to try this again, and I'm definitely going to stay more updated on here and let you guys know day by day what I'm doing. I'm going to go more into meal prep and the supplements I use, and just be more open about the journey. So follow along if you want. I'd love to help you as well if you guys want to join.